Good morning, everybody. I'm back on Maui. Oh, it was a nice trip. It was a nice trip, but yesterday when I came in, I was definitely jet lagged. That was the worst. The flight from Phoenix to Maui was the longest flight I feel like I ever took in my life. The sun's coming up over Haleakala right now. Looks really pretty. There's big waves right now on the North Shore. Later on when it clears up, maybe I can show you guys. Right now it's still a little foggy out. Really cold morning. It's a really cold morning. My honey's still sleeping. So I'm having my first cup of coffee. Take you guys for a little walk around. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff. People have been posting. I am gonna cover some new stories soon. Take a walk around the property. I don't want to wake my honey up, but some really pretty plants. And there comes the sun. I've been seeing some people that follow the case or that cover the case, and everybody's fighting, and I don't know what happened. So I'm out of the loop in that, but that is, you guys, partly why I kind of stay in my own lane and I do my own thing, you know, especially when it comes to this case. You're pretty, really pretty plants. I don't know, I'm a landscaper's daughter, so I'm into the landscaping, but yeah, that's why I stay in my own lane and I do my own thing, is because time and time again I see people, you know, they do panels together or they link up and they cover cases together or they share information, and the next thing you know, they're having a very public fallout. And so I do love certain creators, but that is why I mind my own business and we just do our own thing over on my channel. And yeah, I will continue to say whatever I want, and in my opinion it is the truth, right? And you know, I see a lot of people getting into these fights, like these, here's some chickens running around, these fights about who's the smartest, right? Who has this degree and who can actually talk about this and who has knowledge about this. And I think it's really funny. I do. I think it's hilarious because people are fighting about each other, themselves, you know. And, you know, to me it's a turn off. You know, I don't want to watch people try to prove how much smarter they are than the next person, or it's annoying to me, to be honest. It is. And I think that everyone and anyone is allowed to have an opinion about the case. Anyone can turn on their camera and have an opinion. Nobody can say, oh, this person can talk about the case, and oh, you don't have credentials so you can't talk about the case. No, you can have it. If you follow any case, you can talk about anything you want to. It's not even only about the case. That's ridiculous. You can talk about whatever the hell you want. So yeah, nobody can say who and who can't talk about what, and you know, yeah, but that is why I do my own thing. And you know, now I hear people walking things back when this whole time they were not only saying the same things, and I don't know why certain people are walking certain things back that they've said. I don't know why. That is very weird to me. It is, you know. And it's whatever though, you know. It's whatever. But I think if that's what they want to do, they can, but they shouldn't be judging or criticizing everybody else that is strong in their opinions, you know. I am a person that's strong in my opinion, and that is how I feel, you know. Nobody's gonna bully me into saying like, oh, SW is pretty, SW might have not been such a bad mom. Not such a bad mom, so you know, with everything that everyone knows about her parenting style, quote unquote, you cannot say not such a bad mom. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like I said before, if she was not attractive, right? If she wasn't a quote unquote middle class, even though they were dirt poor, but they were, you know, trying to play off this image of being middle class. If she was from a whole different socioeconomic background, if she was a different color, if she would have been, if she was a man, she would have been dragged through the mud, right? She would have had her kids taken away a long time ago. So SW was Karen, and she was in a protected, what is it called? Entitled class of people, right? So she was giving chances and she was giving opportunities that other people wouldn't have had. And so to me, that's disgusting, because her kids suffered just as bad as any other child abuser. Any other child abuser's child suffers, her children did suffer. Oh, but because SW looked a certain way, right? Because she always had clean clothes on and she drove a Lexus, right? So nobody's gonna tell her anything. Oh my fucking God, give me a break. Oh, because she went on airplane rides. Give me a break. Man, she was an ugly person inside and out, you know? And I would never walk that back. I would never. Do I feel bad for a child abuser? People are being, oh yeah, we should empathize with what? Maybe Bella and Celeste, yeah. I empathize a whole lot with the girls, what they went through. Most definitely, I do feel for what those innocent children at the, you know, mercy of their mother went through. Do I feel bad for SW? No. She was a sick, twisted, demented woman, right? That was getting off on torturing her children. Who gets off on torturing children, let alone, and then you take an effect, it's your own, and it's 24/7, right? And you make their lives miserable. Ugh. No, I don't feel empathy for her. And I think SW was the category 5 that hit that household, right? I do. And so if I think SW is the one that did the whole thing, the whole tragedy, then why would I feel empathy for her, right? In my eyes, I think the girls are laid to rest. No, possibly, who knows, right? There's cement covering those graves. Anyways, I believe those girls' headstones, or whatever you want to, you know, their gravesite, is possibly next to their murderer, okay? They might have been laid to rest next to their murderer. And that is a very sick feeling, right? They don't know if they got it right. Law enforcement doesn't know if they got it right. You know, stories are changing. People are switching sides. It's a very interesting time, because for about 4 years, nobody was talking, right? And we were just going over and over and over the same things. You know, when it came to this SW case and CW case. And then all of a sudden, people started talking. People started opening up. Why? Their stories started changing. Why? That's what I think about. And I believe that a person's story, when fresh, right? That's why the detectives and, you know, lawyers, they want to know every single detail of every single bit of information as soon as they can, as soon as it happens, because stories do change. You know, things get a little cloudy, or, you know, things happen, and so people might not say the same things. That does happen. And that's why I find a person's first story more reliable than a story that comes out 4 years later. That's just me. And it's up to people, you know, to each their own, who they want to trust and what they want to believe. That's just personally my opinion on how I feel about that. I know that there is a reason the legal system wants all information as quickly as possible. There's a lot of chickens down there. I hear a lot of chickens. Somebody's got some. But yeah, I'm just having my morning cup of coffee, and I am going to be having a little time on Maui, spreading my aloha. And it's so beautiful here. This is so nice after spending the whole day in the fucking, in the air yesterday. We had a really long flight, you guys. And I've told you guys before, I'm not a patient person, right? So the one thing that I've been told to work on from the day I was probably born was my patience. So I walked before I crawled. You know, I broke out of my crib. And my dad was always telling me there's plenty of time to grow up and you're in a rush to grow up. And so I'm not a patient person. So sitting on a flight that was supposed to be 6 hours and turned out to be more like 10 hours on the plane, 8 hours. Okay, I'll give it 8. I'll be nice and say 8, but we sat on the runway for an hour. You know how they do. You know how they torture you. And you guys, everybody was coughing on the plane and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get COVID. But yeah, everybody was coughing on the plane. There was a lot of crying babies on the plane, and you know how it goes. But the trip was beautiful. Texas is my favorite place. And even my honey said if we ever left Hawaii, which we never will, of course, you know, not only have roots here, we own our home here and stuff, but we're never gonna leave Hawaii. But we love Texas so much. Everybody in Texas, you guys, that is the friendliest place. I highly recommend. We stayed at the Riverwalk. Beautiful, beautiful place. I mean, incredible. We rode the horse and carriage. You know, there's boats that go along the river. We did the light up horse and buggy, whatever, you know, with the big horses. I don't even know what they're called, you guys. I'm not a mainland girl, but everyone, not only when we were walking around, we got to take our son off base, you know, for a couple of days, but when we were walking around with him, everyone, you know, is saying thank you for your service, and just the friendliest people. And I'm not even just saying, you know, hotel workers or people that are in hospitality and are supposed to be kind to you, but people just off the street are so friendly everywhere we went, you know. I highly, highly recommend you guys go to Texas. Best trip I ever had, honest to God, of all the places I've ever been. And I even told my son, I was like, you know, Hawaii is supposed to be known for how friendly we are, but this is something else. I'm gonna walk on the grass. Take you guys for a little walk around here. I'm finally starting to get up. And so yeah, no judgment with, you know, people's friendships that are falling out. You know, that just happens, and that's something that I foresaw coming. As much as I love and respect and adore certain creators, I cannot link up with anybody, and I can't, because I love and respect them too much, and I also want to protect my privacy. And everyone starts going low, right? And everyone starts saying, you know, I'll reveal this about you, and I'll say this about you, and I'm coming for you. And it's like, you know, if you have a fallout, I wish that people could just be adults and just say, you know what, it didn't work out, go our separate ways. You know, I won't talk about you, you don't talk about me. That would be nice, but that's not how things go. I love ferns. That's a huge part of things that I draw and paint and stuff, is I really like to do the Hawaii nature and plants and stuff like that, and ferns is a big one. I think they're really beautiful. I wonder what kind of day it's going to be here, but I think it's going to look a lot nicer in a little while. For some reason, it was really cold and foggy this morning here. But yeah, I enjoyed Texas, you guys. It was so nice, like just even bundling up, you know. Usually when we travel, we're gonna go places that are warm or hot, you know, and I live in a very hot state, so I wasn't used to it, but I had so much fun, like dressing all bundled up and I don't know if you guys can see that. The waves are huge on the North Shore for everybody that loves to surf. Just freaking massive. And they're coming in set after set. It's crazy. We could see them before we even landed. But yeah, that trip was just amazing. It was amazing. You know, I don't do lifestyle getaways. You know, I'm not running away from my kids or anything. I run to my kids. You know, most parents, if you are a regular, normal person, then you know that most people with a 2 and a 4-year-old or a 2 and a 3-year-old would not be taking those kind of trips, right? You don't be running away from a 2 and a 3-year-old every chance you can. You don't take even four trips a year. 1 trip a year is plenty for somebody that has little tiny toddlers, right? To go on their own. Most families will take family trips together with your children maybe, right? But to go by yourself, that's unheard of. That is, and I've seen videos, and I'll react to new videos soon. I've heard her out of her own mouth, and these videos have CM in them, right? Mr. Miller. And SW is saying, you know, this is all fun. This is no work. This is a lifestyle or whatever it's called, you know, her lifestyle getaways or whatever. And she's saying that it's just party time, you know. They're not going to do any works or any of, I'm not sure what their work, right, trips entailed. But she was stating that those trips she was taking were not for work. They were for partying. So she was embezzling her husband's money, right? So he's handing over his paychecks. He's going to work, working hard. He's handing over his paychecks, thinking she's paying all the bills, the mortgage, right? Keeping up with everything that needs to be done financially. And she's embezzling his money to go on those trips. That's what was happening. Because she wasn't making no money. She wasn't paying for those trips, and that company was not paying for those trips. So, you know, I have all my kids out of the house. They're all grown-ups. And we are more than financially able to take as many, you know. She was taking more trips than people that are, you know, I don't know how to put it, but she was taking a lot of trips, we'll just put it that way, to places that, you know, she liked her tropical destinations. And it's very surprising to me that she would say things like, Bella has to earn Disneyland, Bella has to earn hair clips, Bella has to earn gymnastics, and Bella has to earn dance class. Oh, but mom? No, right? Bella gets water bottles for Christmas, right? But mom, good old mom, went without nothing, right? It was like nails before water bottles for the children. I've never seen anybody. I've never seen a woman, a mother, supposedly that cares about her children, puts her nails before necessities for her children. Is that not weird? Most mothers would be like, you know what? I think we can do gymnastics, Bella. I think if mom stops doing my nails, right, I can do my own nails. Hey, you know, we just found some money right there. And we can make it happen, honey. You're going to do gymnastics. You know, mom doesn't have to get my hair done every freaking week or whatever, you know? Moms make things happen for their kids. Moms put their kids' needs and wants first. And yes, it is important to not let yourself go and to think about yourself. Sometimes self-care is very important, but we know the level, the difference, right? The dynamic in that household. It was like everything for SW, everything for me, and nothing for CW, and nothing for the kids. They were off in a corner playing board games, right? Try to be quiet, walking on eggshells, and SW was living her best life. It's like they were background noise in her freaking life, you know? She was the sun, and everyone had to kind of orbit around her. And if she was interested in seeing you that day, then she'll pull you in for a video. You can be a prop for her video. Probably wouldn't go well, and then she'll be over it in no time. But, you know, that's that was her style. And so no, I don't think SW was beautiful. I don't see good qualities about SW. She was negative. She was a mean person to all of her friends. She was a mean girl. She degraded her husband. She emasculated him. And I'm gonna be, hopefully, you know, I want to cover that case where the OnlyFans model girl stabbed her boyfriend, I believe it was her boyfriend, not her husband, to death, right? And I want to bring attention to that because I want to bring attention to the fact that all these women, you know, these social media ladies that are putting only their best online. You only see their best moments and their highlight reels, right? Who are they really behind the scenes? It's gonna really, I don't know, uncover that people do have a different side to them, or people can have a completely different life. They can have a double life, right? So they can pretend who they want to be and show all this bullcrap online, right? They can create a facade. They can act online and they can present whatever they want online. And they can be a very horrible, ugly, abusive person offline. And so I believe that is what SW was, and that is what she was doing. And she was so bad that it went into her videos, right? So we see CC crawling around, digging through the bathroom garbage, right? We see the girls climbing on furniture and up on counters in dangerous places and, you know, coming down the stairs. And so SW would have wanted to put her best on camera for the world to see, right? So if that was her best, right, we saw her best moments, and in those best moments we saw things that were very questionable, then imagine what was going on when the camera was off. So yeah, you guys look out, man. All these people that want to post online that they're these, you know, have these perfect lives, and they have, you know, living on the beach, and they're doing, you know, don't even believe it. Don't believe the hype. Most of it is freaking false. Most of these people are just pulling your leg, you know. That's what I think. That's definitely how I feel about that. So anyways, I will let you guys go. I just wanted to touch bases with you guys. And when I get back to the Big Island, I will do a reaction. I do not know what I'm going to react to yet. Probably SW, since people want to walk things back. We're going to have to hammer back down on that, you know, because no. I'm not letting up. I am not letting up. And I will not let up, and I will not give in. And I don't care, even if everyone decides, all the other content creators decide, no, you know, let's just be nice because she's dead and we should be empathetic. I'm not gonna. Sorry. That's the way I feel about that situation. And that's the way I feel. So not gonna happen here. And you guys all have a beautiful day. I'll check in with you later. Hui ho.